Hi, so welcome to this free video. Thank you for taking out the time to click on this video, and I hope you watch till the end. What we're going to review to you here is a secret to all the business challenge you've been facing. I know that some people, most times, almost every time, whenever I go to Facebook, whenever I go to Instagram or TikTok, most persons ask this question. I have 500,000 naira, what business can I start with it? I have 200,000 naira, what business can I start with it? I have this, what can I start with it? And always the replies people give are the normal things people do every day. Things like people suggest do VTU, that's recharge card business, which is I'm not disparaging any business at all, but these are I'm just telling you what people are saying. Do recharge card, do storage, do this. But the truth is, do provision. But the truth is, these businesses cannot really help you to build a business that is transgenerational. Let me give you an example. McDonald's in the USA, you can Google about it. It's a company that they sell burger, chips and milkshake, and it's $1 billion business. It's $1 billion business that has thousands of stores everywhere. There's another company called Smoothie Juice Company, Jumbo Juice Company. It's a smoothie company that has thousands of stores everywhere. So what I'm trying to get here is, if what you have, you're a student, you're a stay-at-home mom, or you are some guy that wants to start up a business that that would multiply and that would be giving you a daily income, I tell you to watch this video, because the challenge that we're going to talk about now is how you can realistically make a minimum of 300,000 naira every month with just 150,000 naira to 100,000 naira startup capital. That's the startup capital. And no, this is not affiliate marketing. This is not CPA. This is nothing like you've ever seen before. This is a physical business that would help you to acquire skills that would help you to build something phenomenal. So let me talk about it. So the first thing, let me start with, let's say I have 200,000 naira. I'm a guy that wants to just test run things. I have 200,000 naira. I have 200,000 naira. Sorry, I have 200,000 naira, and I want to start up. This is my startup capital. Now, this is a question people ask. I have 200,000 naira. What business can I start? Now, that's what I'm going to talk about. But I know you want to know what makes you qualified to listen to me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Victor B, like I previously said, and last year, last 2021, I lost my father, and we were in the printing business. I've been a printer all my life. My father has a printing press, and I've been there. I grew up there. We did everything. I've been in the printing business. But then, when I went for my service here in Jos, I realized, in Jos, Nigeria, that there was a company that I worked for. I wanted a business, wanted to start up something as a youth corper. I had some extra time, but I was thinking of something that I could start, that could be giving me an extra source of income. And then that would drove me to want to learn how to make a shawarma. Because there was this company I worked for in Jos. It's called Sharwama and Grills. They make shawarma, it's a restaurant, but primarily they make shawarma and grills. There I worked there for a while, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things. Averagely, they were selling 50 to 100 shawarma. It's a company that's been around for a while, but then that gave me the idea. But then fast forward to 2000, that was 220. Fast forward to 2022, when I lost my father, I was home. Our printing business wasn't always as it should be. You know how printing business is. We have contracts, then we do the contracts for a while. It takes a while to pay and everything. But then I was looking for something that would be giving me daily income. I frankly couldn't do network marketing. I couldn't do affiliate marketing, probably because it just didn't rhyme properly with me. I wanted to build a company. I wanted to build a brand. I couldn't do the storage because I felt it was a waste of dormant capital. I was looking for something that would be profitable, something that would employ people, something that would be giving a daily income, and that was what led me to start up something called a Fulcrum store. This store was started last year with a capital of less than 500,000 naira, That's this. The working capital for Fulcrum was less than 150,000 naira, but the capital was 500 to 600,000, and then we started. We started December 2022, and then by December 2023, we've made sales of more than 10 million naira from just shawarma, milkshakes, meat pies, and pizza. That's the only thing that we sell. We do not sell rice. We do not sell. But that's not the secret. The secret really are two things: our recipe and then our ability to create offers. These are the things that we'll talk about, because whether you're selling beans, whether you're selling any kind of business that you're doing, what determines your success, your marketing success, is the kind of offer that you've been able to package and give to people, and people would want to purchase. An offer that people can never refuse. That's what we have. And if you are part of our cause, there is an offer that we created. The offer is here. We offered shawarma, milkshakes, and then you get a free meat pie. It went crazy. We started selling at 2,000, and every day we are averaging at least 20 sales. People, we are buying and buying, and the funny thing is, whenever they buy, we save their number on our WhatsApp, and when we save their number on our WhatsApp and we update status, they buy, and we take them up our ladder chain. Buy a pizza, buy a combo, we're just as creative as possible, and that has been able to help us to able to sustain this business, and is trying as much as possible to grow as big as we want to. Our dream is to grow up to 100 stores, and we know we're going to get to that in 5-10 years, God willing. So now what I'm trying to tell you is, let's say I've told you a little bit about myself. Now let's dive into what we're talking about. Let's say you have a capital of 200,000 naira. Now what do? Maybe you have more, but now I want to get it down so you can see the possibility of what is possible. What could you do with 200,000 naira? You could start a recharge card business. Can that sustain you really? No, it doesn't have a physical. You know how it is. You do not have control of the process. The network guys give you, and you do not have control. You need something that you can control. What about storage? You do not have control. The storage, if you buy something of 200,000 naira, the profit margin is minute. It's so small. You need large capital to be able to make something out of the storage. Provision store, 200,000 naira cannot even start anything. But now this default system that we are talking about, that you'll be talking about at the end of this course, is something that we'll talk about. Let's say we have 200,000 naira and want to implement the default system. What do we need to start up this business? We need a blender. We need our toaster. That's the two things that we need: the blender and the toaster. And if we could have an extra space at our place of work, or somewhere else, or even at home, or we could have an extra capital, then we could have a physical location. It could be a kiosk, it could be a store, it could be something, anything at all. Now this blender, what products are we going to be selling? What we're going to be selling is just milkshakes, parfaits, smoothies, and we can add chicken salad depending on how creative you are, because we sell chicken salad here. Chicken salad and then shawarma. So now these are the things that we're going to be selling, and these things are things that people eat every day. People eat shawarma every day. I know this is a cliche, but the truth is people do eat it every day. I know, because I've been in this business for a year plus now. And so now these are the equipment that we need: a blender and a toaster. You can get a blender, a high powered blender, or you could start with a minimum blender you could get a blender for 25,000 naira. 25,000 naira can get you a pretty good blender, not the best, but at least it should serve you. Then a toaster, you can get a toaster for 20 to 25,000 naira. I bought mine. There was one that we bought for 20,000 naira. You can start. This is just for starting. And now, what else do we need to get for this business to blossom? What we need now are the kitchen equipment. There are knives for cutting of the cabbage, etc. The trays that we put in things, the things that we'll be needing to start up this thing, the kitchen equipment, the basic kitchen equipment that if we do not buy, we can always get from our kitchen. Now, what do we do after getting this? The thing that you should do is no one knows about you, no one knows that you've started this business. Let's say you're a student, you've bought your blender, you bought your, now you've walked around to tell your neighbors, I make milkshakes, I make smoothies. Now you cannot depend on your neighbors to just buy from you, because if you do, you know how people are. You can't depend on your neighbors to buy from you. So now what do? After getting our blender and our this thing, now what we need is we get a smoothie cup that we put in our smoothie, and then we make a wrap for our shawarma, a paper wrap. You could print a wrap for as cheap as 10,000 to 5,000 naira. That's from our. So now what we spent, let's say we spent 10,000 naira on kitchen equipment. Let's say we didn't have anyone at all, and then let's say we buy the cups. The cups is 50 pieces for 3,008, and let's say we buy just one. That's 50. Now let's say we buy, what else do we buy now? We do the wrap for 10,000, and that is all. The wrap for 10,000. Now what we spent is 25 plus. That we've spent 58,800. That's how much we've spent right now. So now what we would do is we get the ingredients that we'll be needing to produce this. The ingredients are the things that we talked about in this course, and now this is where it comes in. When we started our store, we thought that we could watch a few YouTube videos and get a few recipes and try it out, but we messed up. We lost so much money and so much customers. Every time a shawarma and a milkshake left our store, my heart was like this, because the next time someone will call, what kind of rubbish did you send to me? What kind of, I was always worried, because the problem was the recipe was for the milkshake has always been fantastic from the start, but the shawarma was terrible. I must say it was terrible. I couldn't even eat my own shawarma, probably because I was just trying to get a few. There are a lot of videos of shawarma recipes on YouTube. I didn't know that there was an secret to this. So now what did I do? After a few months, I was so worried that I had to start going around checking who has the best shawarma. I was looking around, and then I discovered the one person who, after much plea, was agreed to teach for 30 minutes. We had to pay him close to 30 to 40,000 naira just to teach us the recipe for 30 minutes, and that was the end of our troubles. Previously, if 10 persons buy our shawarma, 8 is going to complain, but right now 10 persons, 1 person hardly complains. Our shawarma is just fantastic. And when you've gotten this course and you've tried out the recipe for your family or for yourself, you would understand what I mean. So now what do? The first thing we'll do after getting this, after getting our recipes that we've talked about in the video, is what do? We have a Facebook page. We create a Facebook page. Now you have to know the name that you want to call your shawarma, your business. Let's call it a Maka's stand, or Chima's pizza, or Chima's shawarma joint. Just something. We create a Facebook page for it, and what do? There are some graphics that we have inside the course that it's a free graphics that you can always model and upload on your Facebook, or you could create yours using Canva. Depends, I don't know, depends on what you want to do. Now you post these things, and the next thing you do is to create an offer. An offer, like I told you, is what has been able to sustain us, frankly, because the offer that we have right here that draws in the customer for us is a shawarma, milkshake, and then you get a free meat pie. That's our own offer. So now we create an offer, and then we run an ad. Now 58,000 naira out of the 200,000 naira has been spent. So let's say approximately we still have 140,000 naira capital. We should spend at least 40,000 naira on the equipment, on the raw material, on the less than 20,000 to 30,000 on the things that we need for parfait, milkshakes, because it's actually quite cheap. No, now what do? After buying our ingredients, now we should still have at least 100,000 naira. we should still, let's say we just buy 2 chickens, buy things just to not to go to the market again. We should have reasonably 100,000 naira. Now what do? After creating our page, we should get at least 40,000 naira out of for advertising. Now this is where we messed up in the first place. When we wanted to advertise, what did we do? We did the conventional advertising that most persons are familiar with. That is, we tried broadcasting using the radio station. We tried giving to the street, the people, that the town criers. We gave them flyers. We printed flyers. We did all these things, and it was abysmal. It was nothing to write home about. But what we should have done, or what we would do in this case, because of the low startup capital that we're starting with, is this 40,000 naira, we spread it for 20 days. We put in, of course, I will show you how you can put in money into your Facebook and how you can run Facebook ads even if you're a novice. You do not have to be an expert to understand what I'm talking about here. It's simple, it's seamless. It's just like posting your normal Facebook pictures that you do. So now what do? We put in 2,000 naira per day on adverts, and we spread it for 20 days. 2,000 naira per day for 20 days. For 20 days. That's 40,000 naira. Now this 2,000 naira, remember we've created our offer. We have our offer already. Probably could be chicken combo. It could be just something that would make people, what is this? What is this? If you look through the page of Domino's Pizza, you see a whole lot of offers that are created every day. Every day, buy 2, get 1 free, buy this one. Those are offers. So now we create our offers. We don't just run ads. I beg you, we are doing Sharwama. No, we don't do that. We don't just say, they buy from you. My name is this one. I have the best. We don't tell that to people. What we do is we create offers in people's selfish interest. That is why we did the free meat pie, because people like free things. That's just the way the world works. I like free things, you like free things. So now we create this ad, and then we run this ad for 20 days. On the first day of running this ad, with the graphics that you have, and we have this thing, it's guaranteed that every day 10 to 15 persons are going to chat you up, depending on where you are at. Depending on where you're at. And in 10 to 15 persons chatting you up, at least 5 to 7 persons are going to make a purchase. Now this is where it gets tricky. You have to convince people. Either you have to get the delivery guys that you'll be working with. That's if you do not have a physical store that people can come by. Delivery guys that will be picking from your store and deliver. And you just have to find a way to make it work. We do deliveries here, and people also walk into our store because we have a physical store. But if you do not have a physical store, you can always liaise with the delivery guys that will be coming to pick up. Because frankly, what you just need is a neat place, and make it neat, so that people wouldn't eat something that would kill them or that would push them. So now 5 or 7 persons are going to buy, and 5 to 7. Let's make it approximately 5. 5 times 2,005 with our offer that we've created is 12,500 naira. 12,500 naira. That is the sales that we're going to be making every day. I'm just being a pessimist. This is me just being a pessimist. This is just me being, let's call it realistic. But the truth is, you can make as much as 50,000 naira, 70,000 naira. It depends on where you're at. It depends on, it just depends on where you are, because most times we make as much as 100,000 naira per day. So it just depends on you. So now the beautiful thing there is, with the offer that we've curated here, we make a profit of more than 40 to 30% profit margin. You see where it leads? So now with this 12,000 naira, you've started a business that is sustaining. Every day you are making sales, you are making your profits. And the recipes are fantastic. So with this strategy, you started a business that normally, if you open something, let's say provision shop or anything, I don't know what kind of business that you want to start, you can't start with this. And let's say now you say, okay, now I've seen that it's Sharwama, I've seen that it's milkshake, let me go to YouTube. And the mistakes that we made, you're going to make these mistakes. So that is why I said, okay, this is to make you understand the kind of business that the FOP system is all about. It's a business that you can do anywhere that you, even if you have a capital of less than 100,000 naira, you can start as you want. The thing there is they offer the products and they advertise it. That's the channel. So in the cost that we're talking about, if you say if you make a payment for the course, you get all the recipes that we spent thousands of nairas and months of mistakes making. You get these things at just a token of 15,000 naira. This course, frankly, is something that should be at 50,000 for you to get in depth into this course. But we're subsidizing it to 15,000 naira so that anybody could afford it and do and practice and see success. Because what we are really interested in is not about you buying this course, it's about you being successful with what you're doing with this course. And it's just this. That's the you see the account number somewhere, or you see a link below that you can click and make your purchase. Is trusted. If you cannot pay with your card, you can always make a transfer. And after you've made a transfer, you get an email that would onboard you into the class, and then you can see how you can start up something like this. It's a course that talks about the recipe for how to make a milkshake, a wonderful milkshake, a parfait, the Greek yogurt, the smoothies, and the recipe for the shawarma that we spent thousands to acquire and lots of mistakes to acquire. That is one of the best in the area that we are right now. You get all the recipes, and then you get how to get your customers. You just open and nobody knows you. You don't know how to start. We'll tell you everything about these things. Then we'll also guide you on how to do costing for these things in case you have a problem, you have a little challenge with knowing the cost of this and the cost of this. We'll show you how you can do your costing so that you can be able to create offers that are fantastic. So get in this course, and would also, the beautiful thing there is there's also a group that would also add you to, and this group will be having monthly, weekly sessions where we'll ask questions, we'll know where we're going wrong or where we're not going wrong, and we'll fine-tune and we'll help each other grow. And if you want more, let's say the course is too small for you, you want me to come personally to your state or to wherever you are, then first you'll have to buy the course, and then we'll chat personally if you need my help to set up. You want to start it in a big way, then we'll chat up and then we'll talk about that. So thank you, and thank you for staying true to the end of this video, and God bless you.